Guest is a fearless frontwoman of one of the most innovative and successful bands to come out of the 1990s. Their distinctive rock sound, coupled with her unmistakable soaring vocals, brought Irish group The Cranberries global success, as well as around 36 million record sales. After a 10-year break, they're back with a new album. But before we hear about that, let's take a walk down memory lane with one of their biggest hits. Welcome to Dolorus O Riordan! Welcome to this, women. It's great to see that back.
Thanks. Yeah, I was just thinking, God, that's 20 years ago nearly, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. 20 years ago?
Yeah, it was...
Have you been mummified?
It's actually even more, yeah. Mathematics, hello.
Just give you a little compliment.
I thought I was bad at maths at school. I think I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling brainy.
No, it's just me, because I couldn't believe that's 20 years ago, because I've just said, have you been mummified in all that time?
Oh, yeah. 4 kids now I got. So.
You've got 4 kids and you look still the
same.
That's great.
How do you feel when you see it?
Oil you lay, darling. Never leave home without the oil you lay, you know.
Other dreams are available. How do you feel when you see that? Because when I see it and hear it, that just transports me right back to the 90s.
Yeah, no, it was like it was a different time, and I look at it and I think I was a kid. I was really young there, you know.
How old were you then?
That was my debut to high heels. Actually, they were about that high, you know. I felt like I was on stilts, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like...
So you were about 18 then, was it?
Yeah, 18 exactly, yeah.
Wow. And you'd come out of Limerick, hadn't you, at that point? Yeah,
pretty naive. We went to LA to make that video, and it was kind of like, you know, totally blown away. My God, the trees are massive and all that. Oh, it's hot.
I love the fact, Dolores, that you grew up and then you wanted to sing and you just left and you went and got something in the paper, didn't you?
I know, I must have been off my head because, you know, I joined the band, Mike Ferganotti, brothers and one of their best friends and all their friends, and I went on a tour bus with about 12 men and they were all complete strangers.
Wow.
So I used to just hide in the bathroom most of the time. Come out for the gig and go back into the...
Yeah. That was a very young age, wasn't it, to have that kind of success, because it was just massive, wasn't it?
It was totally massive and it was very surreal at the time, but, you know, I'm very lucky now because I got to, you know, have my kids pretty young and, you know, go off and enjoy the success.
Your former tour manager. Is that right?
Yeah, well, he was actually Duran Duran's tour manager.
Oh.
And actually was Yasmin loved the Cranberries.
It was a good story, they sang up.
No, Yasmin really liked the Cranberries, and she said, does Simon get the Cranberries to open up? And I thought, whoa, we're opening up for Duran Duran. Simon, whoa. I had pictures of him on my wall when I was a teenager. Yeah. But then I met him and he was married and older. And then I saw this guy and I was like, oh, he's pretty hot. You know, he might be related to Simon. So that was my husband. And then we got married. Isn't that nice? And he's like, it was really nice because he's 6'4" and I'm like 5'1". And I was going, no, I'm too small, he'd break me. But it was kind of...
But he didn't.
No.
Was he on the tour bus?
Yeah, no, he was on he was Duran Duran's stage manager, tour manager kind of thing. So, and it was all history then, and now, you know, 4 kids later and all that.
Yeah, that's lovely. And you've been together, what, 18 years or something? Married 18 years?
Yeah, married 18 this year, so yeah, there's a bit of hope. And we haven't really killed each other yet, only occasionally.
So you've got a new album, first in 10 years. How did that come about? Who made the first move?
Well, to be honest with you, in 2003, I took the hiatus because my kids were small and I took 2 of them on tour, you know, the little boy until he was 5 and the little girl was 3. But it was actually too hard to manage the 2 kids on the road. You know, they're on the tour bus, you're running off stage, you got a little wee baby and a toddler who wants to creep around or whatever. So I decided then in 2003 to take a break from the band and just focus on being a mom because I realised that, you know, you can never get time back again, you'll never get that chance back. So I thought, you know, done really well and I'm just going to focus on the kids and kind of semi-retired and moved to Ontario, and we've lived there now for the last few years, and we're up north, and it's really nice. It's
you haven't picked up the accent, though, have you?
No, I kept my Irish accent. It's cool, yeah. Actually, you know, even if you try to, you go back to Ireland and you severely get your head kicked in if you try to pick up an accent. When you're Irish, don't you dare come back with an accent. You know? So,
but the band didn't fall out, though, did they, when you stopped making records?
Oh, God, no. Actually, no, it was grand. I mean, for a little while, I'm sure the boys missed it. But then, in about 2005, then via email, I started talking to Noel, and he said, he was kind of going, oh, I still am writing stuff, and I still got ideas. And I said, OK, send the stuff to me. And he was sending it to me, and we just started writing Roses, but it was more like for the laugh. It wasn't for any project. And what was nice was it was the first time that we were writing songs now not being contractually bound, so we didn't have a record company, we didn't have any pressure, so we were doing it for the laugh again. And actually, the songs in the record are really lovely.
And this is the album Roses, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is out now, and there's a single off this which is called Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we have a look at it?
Sure.
A little bit of it.
Brilliant.
Just tell us about that song, because that's got a little bit to do with the experience as you get a little bit older, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, when you've got kids, teenagers and all, and you look at them and you kind of see yourself and your kid going, you know, why are you worried about all these insignificant things? But, you know, the way teenagers are so broody and everything, and, you know, you try to tell them, listen to me, I'm telling you this. And you know your kid's looking at you going, yeah, you haven't a clue? You're my And then you're going, if I say that, I'm going to sound like my mother or my... You know, you're going to sound like your parents, so you're kind of sitting there. So it's kind of about that. You're going, tomorrow could be too late, like, kid, go for it. But also, you know, time goes by so quickly, you know, and you never get the chance to do things.
And it gets faster, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The clock goes faster and faster.
Oh, it's like totally. Adam personally, but there you go. But, you know, we've been talking about this gendering. This couple who have said that there's no girl, the boy, that can dress as in a frock or trousers, whatever. What do you think? What do you think to this neutralisation?
Well, I have to ask you, like, I mean, look at me. Do I look like a normal woman? No.
You do. What's your isn't it?
I wore hee-highs that size once and I nearly had a stroke. You know. Anyway, but I like my boots and I like my biker gear and I like black. But I grew up with 5 brothers. They were all older than me, and my mum was at work a lot, you know. And my older brother used to take me. The older brothers used to take me to the garage working, so I knew about chassis and cars and I knew how to change batteries and all that stuff. And I just loved boy stuff. And I actually hated dolls. I used to try kill them and I used to bury them. And that wasn't very good. And I had an older sister, actually. She's 5 years older, and she was a really nice, normal girl. And I was like this little dysfunctional, I want to be a boy kind of girl. And I remember burying her doll, and I still, to this day, I feel guilty. I actually did, yeah. It was a Christmas day, and I was like, oh, I'm going to kill you. In her pram, like, and I got sand and I buried it all and drew a cross and everything. But that was...
It didn't really work for you then, the
No, that was it. So, so there you go.
I can't believe you've got 4 kids
and look,
after that.
and look, I sold millions of records and I nursed 3 babies. So there you go. You know, I'm still normal, but
you just don't look it. You do. Yeah, that's exactly what you mean.
So,
Dolorus, it's fantastic to have you on. And congratulations with everything with the family, most
Thanks
of all.
very much.
But we wish you every success with the new album, and hopefully you go on tour again soon.
Brilliant.
Too. Thank you very much
Thanks for having
indeed.
me.
Dolorus O Riordan.